Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, not here with Geeky Sparkles, and boy oh boy, this is not going to go well over on Reddit. Their stock is up, right? Remember the stock was not doing well, or the stock is up because they said they're going to have new AI advertising tools. Now, for anyone who's been on Reddit recently, AI is a dirty word. Is it even a word? I guess it's an acronym. It is a taboo subject. You're not allowed to discuss AI positively in any way, shape, or form. But now Reddit is going to bet everything on its AI advertising tools. And we're going to talk about that because this is a bigger discussion, right? Ad executives are freaking out because a lot of them are no longer going to be necessary. There are going to be more AI tools for people to do self-service ads using AI. We know that Netflix is going to be doing AI ads that are going to be tailored to individuals, or at least to certain demographics. And I can totally see this being the case in the very near future. Do you like Coke or Pepsi? Okay, we'll have a version of this. Is again kind of a oversimplification, but if we know this person prefers Coke to Pepsi, we're going to put Coke in the movie or whatever instead of Pepsi or in the ad. And there's been a lot of backlash over AI ads. There have been, Google had an AI ad. We had Coca-Cola had an AI ad at Christmas, which I actually thought was kind of cool, but people really just took Coke to task for that. We had Toys R Us doing it was an early AI ad, but it was very obviously AI. So it's coming very, very quickly. And again, my personal feeling on it, and I've talked about this at length before, and I know some people get really pissed at me for it, but I do believe in the ethical use of AI. I believe, using AI as a tool for creatives. I think it has a lot of value to be able to maybe make a movie at a fraction of the cost and to make things that wouldn't have existed otherwise, to speed up processes, to allow people who maybe can't create like they used to continue to create, to let actors, if they choose to, license out their likenesses, so that they can live on in a way. If they choose to, and they're compensated for that, I believe in all of that. I think that is a good thing. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to have kind of like with NFTs and any other, Bitcoin, all stuff. We're going to have the sloppy era of new tech, right? Where we introduce a new technology, it becomes overused. We have a lot of people using it poorly, and then the public perception of it is like, oh, this is a bunch of slop, right? And eventually it will normalize. See also 3D movies. Remember when we had about 2 or 3 years where every damn movie was being transferred into 3D, and now does anybody watch 3D movies anymore? Remember curved television screens? Remember those? Are they still a thing? I don't see them at the store much like I used to, because I don't think it was a very good idea. And that's what I think is going to happen with the overuse of AI. I think that people are going to get sick of it because there's going to be too much of it, and a lot of it's going to be bad. And then we're basically going to hit normal levels where it's like, yeah, you know what? We're going to use it. We're going to use it sparingly. We're going to use it to speed up, creation by humans. And yeah, jobs are going to get lost along the way, obviously, but I don't think it's going to be quite the apocalypse that people are making it out to be. But for advertisers, it may be, at least in some regard, because self-service advertising is becoming more and more popular. Now, I used to work for an ad agency in my long storied career. I've off and on worked with agencies, different capacities, media buyer, a graphic designer, web developer, all stuff, right? And they basically facilitate ad buys, right? And if the client can buy the ad themselves, then what's the point? You can't skim off the top if they can do everything themselves. And if they can generate the creative assets themselves, then they don't need you either. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at people being able to use AI to generate their own ads and then have, bypassing ad agencies. So in that regard, there could be an AI apocalypse on Madison Avenue. But let's talk about this, because the Reddit angle is very interesting. Reddit is trying to make money, and Reddit, the audience they've courted is pretty much anti-capitalist at this point. We have a lot of Occupy Wall Street leftovers over on Reddit. And I did an article a couple of months ago, talking talking about how Reddit became so left wing. And because it used to be a bunch of tech bros and just normal people using Reddit, mostly tech questions, mostly internet savvy people. But then, like a lot of free spaces on the internet, we had a lot of people come in and kind of commandeer it to use it for political activism, and then it chased off a lot of the normies. And I think that they were screeching when Reddit was going to start charging for their API, and now they're using AI advertising. And eventually, you're going to have to pay for Reddit. I think eventually it's going to wind up being, it's just a necessary evil. And I think it's going to wind up being like X, where you're going to have to pay for Reddit. If you want to have a subreddit, you're going to have to pay for it. That's where I think it's going to go. But yeah, it's not going to. AI ads are not going to go well. Let's talk about this before you get into any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Hey, go out to news.clownfishtv.com. Again, we're trying to centralize. We've had like different clubs or whatever. We've kind of basically just played around with it. We've never had like a full-on paid support system. We've done a couple of things here and there. Here's like a tip jar. And we tried using another application that's really good for shopping, but it's not really good for memberships, in my opinion. Patreon, we never really got into it because as soon as we wanted to get into Patreon, they were cracking down on censorship, which I thought was kind of weird. And not that we were ever in any danger, but just kind of the principle of the thing. It's like, well, where's this going to end? And then they were talking 30% fees, Apple fees. We tried dual memberships on the channel. I didn't want to go all in on that because I'm like, we're trying to build off of YouTube. So like, let's make sure that, you know, the handle doesn't break on the YouTube basket by going all in on YouTube on memberships. I'm like, yeah, it's not smart either. So we're over on Substack, news.clownfishtv.com, and we've got our own top level domain. So, you know, if Substack doesn't work out, we'll just move everything someplace else, I guess. But right now, Substack seems to be the best option for what we do, which is a combination of podcasts and videos and articles. It definitely does seem to be the best choice. So news.clownfishtv.com. So let's talk about Reddit, and then we're going to talk about advertising. So Reddit stock jumps after company rolls out new AI advertising tools. Reddit shares popped after the social media company debuted new AI-powered advertising tools. The two new features announced Monday aim to help brands better leverage discussions on the platform. Reddit said the tools are powered by an engine that turns posts and comments into structured intelligence for smarter marketing decisions. What the hell does that mean? Is it like boosting on Facebook? I mean, is that what it is? I mean, that's what it sounds like. Reddit shares rose 6% after the social media company debuted new AI tools. So the two new features announced Monday in a post during the Cannes Lions Festival will help brands better leverage discussions on the platform. The company said the tools are powered by an engine called Reddit Community Intelligence, which turns posts and comments into structured intelligence. Okay. Reddit also announced a listening tool called Reddit Insights, which shares real-time insights with marketers to help them identify trends and launch campaigns. So what's trending right now? What's the hashtag? Cool. Shit out a video talking about whatever, whatever's trending right now. The other tool called, I almost said conversion summary. Conversation summary add-ons allows brands to show positive user content under their ads. So Reddit is going to become an AI-powered hellscape, just like every other social media platform, out of necessity. Well, no, okay, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it's out of necessity. I would say they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. In the case of Reddit, they signed a deal with, I think it was Google. Yeah, it was Google. They signed a deal with Google, which is why Reddit search results are disproportionately weighed, I think, in their search engines because they have this deal with Google, but Google is actually building their own version of Reddit out the back door. So that's probably going to end here pretty soon. So I think they're looking at like, yeah, we have to become an AI company. I mean, you've got freaking Duolingo saying we're an AI company. You've got Adobe saying now we're an AI company. Everybody's an AI company now. And like I said, it feels like NFTs and Bitcoin, crypto, where there's going to be this bubble and then it's going to burst and then things will normalize. Like it's all, AI is always going to be there in some capacity, but I think, consumers are going to decide if they want to go for it. And I do think it's very helpful in a lot of ways. I do. I think but I think we need humans, driving the bus, right? The short bus. We're dealing with Reddit, so it's definitely the short bus. There are tools for a new era of community marketing, one where brands can tap into Reddit's authenticity and connect to me. There are tools where brands can tap into Reddit's authenticity with AI tools and connect meaningfully with high intent communities around the world. Now, we did another video where they said so much of Reddit is already bots. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just like, what are you doing? The company said publicists served the exclusive as the exclusive alpha tester for Reddit Insights. Lucid and Jackbox Games were among the early testers for the summary add-ons. Companies across industries are betting on new ways to harness AI to improve advertising campaigns and better engage with users. You are the product. You are the battery. You're the battery. They're going to juice you for, what, and they're going to use AI to figure out what it is exactly, what the angle is. Cause that's where it's going to get really tricky with marketers, because before you'd have to sit around and come up with, you do all kinds of research and come up with a campaign or whatever. Now it's just like, no, all these people are on social media already. We let them tell us what they want to see or what's going to incentivize them to buy. So it's like, you're going to have like a freaking Google, Facebook pixel embedded in your forehead. We know what their buying habits are. They're doing it on streaming too. Like I said yesterday, you Google something or you look for something on Amazon and you're going to get an ad for it on your Roku TV at some point, right? Because they're all talking to each other. You are the product. You are the product. You're the pay pig. And they're going to use AI to get as much money out of you as they can. Yeah, all right. We'll see how far they get. We'll see how far they get. Yeah. So this is actually the main attraction right here, and I had a couple of people send this over to me. This has come from the Hollywood Reporter. Madison Avenue braces for the AI apocalypse. Is the advertising industry staring down its let them eat cake moment? Thousands of media and tech executives are descending on France for the annual Cannes Lion Festival, where they will schmooze and sip spritzes at parties and commiserate between panels at Meta or Spotify or on one of the dozens of yachts docked in the harbor. I want a yacht. Why can't I have a yacht? I would like a yacht. I'd probably sail like one time, be like, yeah, it was fun. I'm done. The talk of the town is what one veteran media exec frames as the insane chaos and disruption that AI is beginning to unleash as the major ad agencies and buying firms slash thousands of jobs in the name of automation and consolidation. It's already being felt at the top of the industry. Just days before the festival, WPP CEO Mark Reed revealed his intention to depart, reassuring staff that we're now leading the way as AI transforms marketing. Translation, you're not gonna have a job. And look, I've been in this situation so many times. That's why a lot of people are like, don't you know, eventually you're gonna get replaced too. I'm like, bitch, I've been replaced like, God, probably 5 times in my career, and I just find another thing to do. That's always, like if your identity is tied to you making art, or your identity is tied to you being a web developer, being a writer, whatever. It's like, you got to have something beyond that, because everything has a season, everything ends, things change. I started out, as a newspaper journalist. Well, newspapers got gone. Then I wound up as a web developer. And at one point in time, I could literally make like 10 grand in a weekend putting together hand-coded websites, because nobody else could do it. But now there are WYSIWYG tools and Wix and all this other stuff. You can't do that anymore. You can't charge for that anymore. I had a friend of mine who ran a photo developer, photo place. Yeah, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, it's Photoshop. And they developed photos. Well, that got gone. Knew other people in pre-press, where you used to actually have to turn your digital files into film so you could run them on the press. Well, that doesn't happen anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, those jobs got phased out. It is the nature of the beast. Anything dealing with technology and media is very fluid. And I always laugh when you've got kids that are freshly minted out of school and they're like, well, I'm really good at using this version of Photoshop. I'm like, that was great. That was like 10 years old. Everything's different now. They said there's an exponential change. Ad agency veterans say it's based on a few things. The practice of buying and selling, which was hashed out in smoke-filled rooms at glitzy events, is already increasingly automated, and AI will only turbocharge that, as potential AI agents are tasked with creating full media plans. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, you can have a company say, hey, I got like $20,000 to spend, and the AI will come up with pretty much everything. And it'll actually target better. I'm going to be honest. It'll probably target better than a human could, because it's going to know what the buying habits are, what the listening habits are, what the viewership is like. And we're going to have more personalized ads. I think that's why the Super Bowl is such a big deal, because it feels like the Super Bowl is the only time that we're all seeing the same advertisements, because it's like a pop culture event. And now we're going to be increasingly fragmented, where everybody's going to see ads that are completely different based on who they are, where they are, what they buy, their income level, their politics, their religious beliefs, or, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be very, very different. AI is going to dramatically change the creation of ads themselves. Meta wants to have AI tech in the market, allowing brands to create, target, and deploy ads by the end of next year. Across the industry, tools are being developed that allow brands to upload images of their products, which can be quickly iterated into dozens of ads or video spots. The end result is a business that can be radically smaller. I'm afraid, this is everything. I'm afraid that in a couple of years, the big ad agencies will be a shadow of what they are today. Nothing can match human creativity and experience, but from research to placement to creative, a lot of what the agencies have done can be replicated pretty well by AI. And this is the thing. If you're really, really good at what you do, you'll probably be fine. And that's across the board, like creative, or, you know what I'm saying? You'll be fine. If you're at the top of the food chain, you'll be fine. It's the people that are just breaking in. It's the people that are the underlings. In the case of ad agencies, you know, they've got people that do kind of the grunt work. Like, you're the guy making the magazine ads. Oh my God, they still do magazines now. You're the guy doing the, you know, the banner ads or the whatever, and doing kind of the grunt work. Those jobs are going to be gone. Same with Hollywood. If you're just like a staff writer on a whatever show, your job's probably gone. If you're the showrunner and you got a couple of people working with you and you're using AI assistants to help you with your scripts, and they're still your scripts, but you're using AI assistants, you don't need 20 people in the writer's room. And that's the truth of it, right? I mean, that's just the truth of it. It's just everything is changing. But they said not everyone agrees the end is near. That includes Alex Schultz, the CMO of Meta. We believe AI will enable agencies and advertisers to focus precious time and resources on the creativity that matters. Yeah, there's a lot of wasted time. I mean, between creative that doesn't go anywhere, and freaking meetings and meetings about meetings, there's a lot of wasted time. We're seeing agencies use AI in a way that is aligned with this vision already. Advertisers, including our marketing teams at Meta, also rely on their agencies to make decisions across channels and across platforms. We think ultimately there's going to be more automation in marketing. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? The AI revolution is coming. Last year, Coke released an ad using generative AI tools. Yeah, and I actually thought it was a pretty good ad, but people hated it because it was AI. Here's the thing. We've got people on this channel. There are people that are in the, I swear to God, every video I do, if I talk about AI at all, they're in the comments, like taking a big shit on just AI in general. And like, it's not going to go, whatever. I hate AI and I'm never going to use it. I'm like, you're on YouTube. YouTube is going to be an AI infused fever dream in a couple of years. It's already happening. Like it's already being overrun with a bunch of shorts that are AI. It is going to become an AI infused fever dream. And you're on this platform and they're using AI even in the comments, or the way that they sort comments now, it's using AI. Like there's so much AI at work on YouTube that the average commenter doesn't see, but we see it under the hood on the creator side. But you don't see it on the consumer side, right? But even the videos they serve you now, it's all decided by AI. Your subscribers don't mean shit. Not like they used to. It used to be that you subscribe, you ring the bell for notifications, please subscribe. All that stuff used to mean a lot more. It doesn't really mean as much as it used to now. Now it's video by video, and they're using AI to decide which videos are going to get the most engagement and also make the most money for the platform. And it's not going to get better. It's going to learn. It's going to learn real quick. So this is speaking of which, this is the guy who's the lead at Google Labs for VO3. He told the Hollywood Reporter, when it comes to using tech for advertising, it seems extremely promising, but I'd say it's still very early in terms of gauging the size of the market. Yeah, some people might not react to it, but it's here. It's not going anywhere. I just think it's really funny that Reddit is betting on it, given their audience. It's like, good luck with that, right? And I was trying to find backlash, and the thing is, like, I'm not really seeing backlash to them doing it, because I don't think they know. I don't think the average Reddit user knows that this is what's coming. Like, here's a reaction to one ad. New AI garbage ad just dropped. It's like it's going to be that all the ads are going to be like this. They're already like this on Facebook. It's going to be very interesting. Are you going to leave? Are you going to leave Reddit? Please tell me you're going to leave, because maybe Reddit would go back to being for tech bros again. It was a lot more interesting. It was a lot more useful when it was for tech bros. So there we go, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Again, go out to news.clownfishtv.com. Check it out. We're going to be posting more podcasts and stuff over there. Necessary Evil. I don't trust YouTube. I don't trust YouTube. So check it out. Thank you very much. We'll talk later. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.